Do you want to get punched in the face while you're on your way to do your own counterpunch? Me neither. Studies will show that if you follow the tips in this video, it will decrease your likelihood of getting punched in the face by 375.9738% JK. But if you do follow the tips on this video, it is going to decrease your chance of getting punched in the face while you throw your counterpunch. So before we get started, it's important to point out the differences between how a skilled fighter throws punches versus how some street ruffian, some hoodlum, some gutter snipe will throw their punches at you. A good skilled fighter is going to keep their guard up, they're going to probe, their punches are going to come in and out, they're going to be hard to read, and they're going to be back before you have a chance to really kind of parry them and counter. Well, at least a really skilled fighter will be. Now, some street thug, on the other hand, they're not out there training, they're not practicing. When they punch, it's all in. They overreach, they throw themselves off balance. There's a big gap of time after every punch they throw, and that timing is what we want to capitalize on when we do our counter punches. So first we have to actually parry and block with the correct hand. So, John, could you please feed me a jab right here? Boom. I'm going to parry with the same side hand. So he threw a right jab, I'm using my left hand to parry. I'm not going to use my right hand to parry because look what this does. This opens me up to being hit over here. Go ahead and show that, John. Boom. Bad idea. So he throws this rear hand. Boom. Use my lead hand, and then you poke your partner in the eye. There you go. Cool, so once again, he throws a lead jab. I use the same side hand. He throws a rear straight. I use the same side hand. He throws a lead hook. I block with the same side arm. He throws a rear hook. I block with the same side arm. Never cross. It's always parry, parry, block, block. Okay, now into the moving piece. So if he throws his lead jab and I parry, now if I'm going to move somewhere, where does it make sense to move? If I stay right here and go to counter, he could throw an overhand. Go ahead, John, throw an overhand. Boom. And maybe I give him a little jab, but he hits me with a big overhand in the temple. I don't like that. Go and throw that lead jab again, John. Boom. If I move over here, I'm moving right into danger. So of course, I'm going to move to his outside and then counter. Because over here I'm safe. Go ahead and try to hit me, John. Ha 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 ha. Not a chance. So if he throws his rear straight and I parry, it's the same thing. I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to move over here towards his other hand, which could hit me. I'm going to move over here towards his back where it's safe and counter over that. So on any straight punch, move to the outside of the same arm that's throwing the punch. Now, if it's a hook or a big wild swing, he's going to throw a lead hook, block. Once again, I'm not going to stay right here because if I throw a punch and he throws a big overhand, boom, I get hit. Would I go over here? Nope, don't like that. I'm going to go over here. Boom. I could punch or I could use an elbow, but I'm getting effectively away from the sweet spot of this arm. It's okay to move towards this arm. Why? Because I've already blocked it. Don't move there before you blocked it. That's silly. You throw that again for me, John? Block, then I move over here, and then I can hit. Same thing. Throw that big rear hand block, move towards it, and hit, and I'm effectively moving away from that rear hand. So when a big wild hook comes, block it and move into it so you're moving away from their next punch. Now, as we mentioned before, street fighters like to throw their punches wild. There's gaps of time between them, but the gaps are not incredibly long. So you're going to have a moment of time between these wild swings. If you stand around here too long, John's going to throw a jab. He's going to pause just briefly, and he's going to throw an overhand, right? So if I go parry and I wait too long to step, I get hit. So I need to get the timing down. As soon as that jab, go ahead and throw that again. Bam, right now I need to step. Go ahead and throw that again, slow motion, John. Step right now is when I step. Go ahead and throw a jab cross slow motion. Boom. And see, you can go ahead and throw that overhand, John. Boom. I'm gone before that overhand. You want to be gone before that overhand. Once again, when do you step? Throw a rear hook and then a lead hook, right? Rear hook, boom. You move before that other punch goes. So when is that? Just as soon as you possibly can. Okay, if you've got a partner, here's some drills that you can do. Start off by having your partner throw only straight punches and then pause. Only straight punches and then pause. That way, that pause gives you an opportunity to kind of figure out what you're going to do. So for instance, John gives me a straight punch, I parry it, he pauses for a moment so I can figure out where to step and then throw my counter. I'll come back, he'll throw the other straight, boom. He'll come back, throw it again, boom. And of course, as you start getting the hang of it, you can start moving a lot faster, boom, and you can build up to going faster and faster. Drill 2, he's just gonna throw hooks or big wild swings. Okay, John, go ahead. Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam. Okay, same thing. You can start slow and then have your partner go faster as you get better. Next, he's gonna throw sequentially a jab, a rear cross, a lead hook, a rear swing. Okay, so give me a jab, boom, a rear cross, boom, a lead hook, boom, and a rear swing, boom. And he's just gonna continue that. Jab, cross, hook, hook, jab, cross, hook, hook, and I'm just gonna keep going through that. Have your partner speed up or slow down based on the challenge that you need. Final drill, once you're starting to get good, your partner's gonna give you random punches and you're just gonna react as you see. So, boom, boom, bop, boom, boom. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so I had my training partner kind of speed things up and get really random with it because I wanted you to see that sometimes you're not going to be able to get every single punch and move perfectly. Sometimes you're just going to parry and jab and you're not going to be able to move offline. So you parry, jab, move back, keep your guard up. That's why I always show you, keep your guard up when you punch because you're not going to always be able to move because sometimes it's just too quick and you're not in the right footing. So you might be asking, Brian, how can I train this solo without a partner? Great question. First off, it really does help if you have a partner to work with, at least initially, because there's just something about the spatial awareness of being able to go, okay, here's where I parry, here's where I move, here's where I counter. Does my punch go over their arm, under their arm, etc. But once you've got a little bit of reps working with a partner, you can certainly do some solo drills. And even if you don't have a partner to work with, I still encourage you to do solo drills because it's better than sitting on the couch and playing Xbox, which is fun, but it doesn't teach you how to fight. So here's the first solo drill. You're gonna use your imagination. So I'm here, if I see a punch come in, I'm gonna visualize what punch it is. Is it a straight punch? Is it a wild swing? Is it coming on this side? Is it coming on that side? And then I'm going to pause it and I'm going to do the appropriate move after. So let's say a big hook comes over here. I'm gonna step this way. I'm gonna block, move into it, and then bam, throw my counter strike. Big punch comes over here. I'm gonna block it, step over here, bam. Let's say a punch comes right down the middle. I'm obviously gonna parry this in, step over here, boom, counter right down the middle. And of course, finally, if they throw a rear straight here, you're gonna parry it in, step this way, boom, right down the middle. By the way, uppercuts, treat those just like straight punches, just parry them, step right through the middle. So you can literally just visualize that. I'm gonna do it right now. Oh, JK, I'm gonna do it right now. Bam, boom, boom. It's just that easy. You might need to slow it down until you get the hang of it. Method number 2. I'm gonna help you out a little bit. Why? I got your back. You ready for this? So I'm gonna throw this punch right here. Just take your hand, parry it, step to the outside, give me a counter right down the center. Ready? Here we go. Hey, hold back, buddy. That was a little too much contact, okay? All right. Step that way. Step that way. Step that way. Step that way. As we always do in rapid assault tactics, we would like to, after our boxing entry, we're going to straight blast if we need to get close enough to wrap around the back of the head. We're going to fire an elbow in there, clinch them up, kick them in the balls, maybe a headbutt, maybe tap their head up against a wall, a table, a Girl Scout, whatever you happen to have access to. Folks, if you make this part of your regular practice, you're going to get really good at moving side to side. You're always stepping offline away from their next follow-up punch, and you're just going to be really, really hard to hit, really quick to counter, and by God, someone not to be messed with. If you like this video, the algorithm thinks you're going to like this one. Where'd that come from? Until next time, folks, train like a warrior and go get your reps. Go get your reps and become a warrior.